Sunday, June 11th, our last day at Universal Studios, our last day of our vacation before we have to fly home the next day. Our plans for this day was to go back to Harry Potter World and then spend most of the day at the original Universal Studios park. On this day, I didn't even bother bringing the GoPro with me. Everything taken was with the iPhone. That's probably why this video is not going to be that long. So you take that continuous recording feature away, and then of course you get a shorter video. In this clip you can see the Hard Rock Hotel, and then there's a walking path right there behind those trees that go all the way to Universal Studios. And like I said, we did that one time. It is the closest hotel to the park. So if you're staying there and you don't feel like waiting for the water taxi, which sometimes does take forever, and like I said, you have options.
We'd have to walk this way, over that bridge. So it's a 5-minute walk from our hotel.
So there's the egg, green eggs, and here's the ham. Got their whatnot sauce. Tots. This is cool because like on the iPad game that I used to play, I would be able to add all these and Krusty Land. We'll play games later because we don't want to be lugging around a bunch of stuffies if we win. Do what?
Into Universal Express.
If we throw your drink away, then yeah. Are you drinking your drink?
It's fine. We're gonna be rusty. Look, you can ride this. Ride the alien.
Please watch you now, and your tickets are non-refundable. Non-refundable.
There's a quickie mart. We'll go in there in a minute.
You're told to feel the party is over. You are hereby released from being a Nigerian soldier. However, you must remain in the national guard for 3 years.
Platus Chicken Shack. There's Moe's. I'm gonna go get a flaming Moe here in a minute. Jebediah Springfield. Thank you.
On the room?
Yes, please. All right, quick tip. Don't come to Universal. If you come to Universal, do it first before Disney because everything sucks here. Their app sucks, their mobile ordering sucks, their rides suck, their fast lanes suck. So far, their food sucks. Their drinks are super expensive. Basically, 2 days at Universal.
They take hours to make food.
They take hours to make food. Yeah, that's mobile ordering. Yeah, that sucks. Another quick takeaway.
Another quick thing, they don't even have lockets, so you should never come here.
Yeah, Amelia wants a locket. And even if they had lockets, we weren't gonna get her one.
I have to say I did like the butterbeer though.
The butterbeer was the only thing good. The wands are cool. Harry Potter World, all right, it's good. The rest, so far, nah. No mas no. It's terrible. Overpriced. The people are not as friendly as they are at Disney. Simpsons World is not that great. One ride was okay.
Everything closes at 8.
Everything closed at 8, yeah, so we couldn't have dinner. We had to go out into the wild and eat with everyone else. So we ate at Bubba Gump Shrimp. Anywho. So don't do it. If you're gonna do it before Disney. That way you're not spoiled like we were and everything was working out perfectly and you come here and it's a dumpster fire. So
No, so I didn't get my locket. So this is that.
all right, another takeaway is that on the internet, their app, and everything, they say GoPros are welcome, right? They say, yeah, go, if you have a GoPro, bring it in here. But the only thing they don't tell you is that you can only use it out here. You can't take it on any other rides because every single ride says no video, no videoing, no photography, no. Sir, you can't use that GoPro here. You're gonna have to take it off. You're gonna have to put it in your pocket. Sir, take off that GoPro. So that sucks too.
It takes a line just to ask them where the food is.
And then, yeah, she's talking about her food. So, bye-bye. Hopefully we'll feed her soon. Okay, another thing to add to this stupid park, if you want to call it a park. I am still calling it stupid. So apparently they don't tell you on the app that your food is ready, is what Melody said, because she had to go in there and get the food. They said, no, we don't tell you when your food's ready. You have to come in here and ask during a time frame to get your food. So they've been waiting almost an hour for these curly fries and this burger. How is that burger? I bet it's the best, tastiest burger you've ever had right now. Alright, wait. Hold on. Millie, hold on. Of course, it's like the whole bus load. Uh-oh.
You can come over here.
Thank you.
Hi, friends. We have a line that's outside.
Thank you. Why is Squidward always frowning?
Yeah, you want to take a photo? We unfortunately don't have like big giant cameras. Very nice. If you want to get into, I want to take photos for you as well.
And we had to stop by Mel's Drive-In because my dad is a big American Graffiti fan. It came out in 1973, but was set in 1962. It stars Richard Dreyfuss, Harrison Ford, and Ron Howard. My dad is also into all the old school cars, so I had to get plenty of pictures and plenty of videos for him. Of course, the pink one. Oh. Closed it off. I'll try to give you the gist of the rest of the rides. This one is The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. It wasn't that bad, or it wasn't that great. It was a simulation ride, just like 99% of the rides at Universal Studios. The ride is called Race Through New York, starring Jimmy Fallon, which is exactly what you do. You're basically trying to beat Jimmy Fallon on a race throughout New York, and then you get shot to the moon, you get a fly and whatnot. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't for me. The videos you see of the rides are ripped from YouTube because, as stated many times before, they didn't let me bring my GoPro. But these little snippets are just so you can get an idea of what the ride entails. Over here.
Trust me, there's nothing special about the rides we've already ridden.
The Blues Brothers.
Last time, here we go. Flip, flop, fly. I don't care if I die. Everybody. Flip, flop, fly. Show me my
Locker.
The Mummy's Revenge was one of our favorite rides there at Universal Studios. It might have been because they used like real fire during the ride, which was amazing. I mean, you could feel the heat coming off of it and everything. Especially like whenever the ceiling like caught fire, that part was awesome. You'll see her here in a minute. You might have caught the disappointment in her voice whenever we mentioned the locker room entrance to the Mummy. That's because we don't like to leave our stuff anywhere, you know. In Disney World, we got to keep all our bags with us during the rides. We never got to put them to the side. I don't know, that's just us. We've had bad experiences putting our bags aside, but, you know, all in all, it doesn't really matter. We just like to have them with us. But yeah, the girls ended up riding this one about 3 to 4 times. I only rode it the one time. But yeah, it was one of our favorites.
It is not a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved. Create your destiny wisely, my friend. And surrender a bit more wealth for more instruction from Zoltar. I am Zoltar, the great gypsy, and I can see your fortune. Come see it too, no?
You bull mother. Since when?
Since we were at 6.
A couple hours. Just a kitty cat clip. I would give the Transformers ride a thumbs down. You know, the Transformers were one of the cartoons that we grew up with, and I was disappointed with the movies. I didn't like the way they looked. Everything happened way too fast. You can't tell who is who, and you don't know what the hell is going on. I just don't like Michael Bay. I really don't. I think he ruined Transformers for me, and I think that the Ninja Turtles movies was also a piece of crap, so I just didn't dig the ride. And again, another simulation ride.
Take cover!
If you're wondering what the worst ride is at Universal Studios, well, look no further. This piece of garbage you see right here is the Fast and Furious ride. You're basically riding a bus on the interstate, watching these idiots shoot at each other. So unless you have a seat that's on the ends, the ride pretty much sucks. It is ridiculously loud. We had to cover our ears. Even Amelia did. I mean, no matter what age you are, it hurts your freaking ears. It's super cheesy. It's short. So the worst ride award goes to this one right here, Fast and the Furious. The Men in Black Alien Attack was actually not that bad. It's one of those shooting games where, you know, you shoot aliens and you collect points with everybody that's riding in the same car as you. I'm usually not into these shooting games, but, you know, I actually dug this one. The Simpsons ride was actually one of my favorites. I think this one used to be the Nickelodeon Studios. They changed it into the Simpsons ride, which I think was pretty cool. It's a simulation ride also, but basically Sideshow Bob's trying to kill you, so you're going through all this theme park. It also reminded me of the old Back to the Future ride, because like if you were looking to your left and your right and not paying attention to the ride, you could see the other cars, like you would see the other DeLoreans.
For the last time. No.
You soiled your pants for the last time?
E.T. Adventure is one of their oldest rides. It's obviously outdated if you notice the 80s cars that they used in the ride. What kind of pissed me off about this ride was at the very beginning you go through all this trouble making a passport, you give your name and everything, and they give you a ticket. So we thought that we were going to have a pretty cool memento to take home. Well, no, they just basically give it to you, you walk a few steps, and then they take it back. So you don't get to keep that. That's it. Closing time. Gotta go pick up the wife and kid. They're doing the Mummy again. But last time I was here back in I think it was 1998. Spent half the time in the infirmary. We were here for school trip. Got sick. School didn't give a shit. Parents got pissed, but yeah, it sucked, but I'm glad to redeem it now. Right, almost everything that we wanted to. But yeah, that was it's pretty shitty about the school not. I even asked to stay in the hotel for like a day just to rest, and they were like, nah, you gotta go. I was like, hey, we got chaperones, and that's what the chaperones are for, to make sure that, you know, look after the kids. And they're like, they want to have fun too, so you better get your ass out of bed, you better go to the parks. So it's pretty shitty, still shitty, but anywho, that's it. Calling Universal, calling it a day. One last tip if you're staying at the Hard Rock. When I reserved our package, it included the ride from the hotel to the airport using the bus. I highly recommend letting them know the day before that you have to leave, the morning of, and whenever you're ready to go get on your bus, because when it was time for us to get on the bus wasn't there. We waited over an hour. They said, don't come back up here, stay down there where the buses are, because if you come back up, the bus will show up and then they'll leave you. But that never happened. We waited for over an hour at the bottom of the hotel, and a bus never came. The only reason that we actually got on a bus was because another family came and they had reservations. So if it wasn't for that other family, we'd still be there at the hotel and probably missing our flight. But this is a picture of where they told us to wait, at the bottom of the hotel where all the buses come. I almost called an Uber again, but I mean, we already paid for the bus, so we were going to get on the bus. And also, one pretty cool thing about the Hard Rock is they can turn your park passes into guitar picks. So whenever you check out, make sure you do that. Back in 2019 when we left Orlando, we had a big hiccup. Thanks to our president at the time that was golfing. he decided to delay everybody's flight that day because he was in Orlando. So we missed our connecting flight in Charlotte. Then we had to go to DFW, which was not on our itinerary. And then finally to San Antonio, which we made it back about midnight, when we were supposed to arrive at 6 p.m. that day. So luckily he wasn't in Orlando this time. But when we went to Miami for our connecting flight, guess what? Mr. Trump was there because he had court dates. And guess what? Our flight was super delayed. But at least we didn't miss a connecting flight this time. This was our last flight, and it was delayed, I want to say, almost 2 hours. We were originally scheduled to leave at 9:10, but we finally ended up departing at 10:54. So we finally got to San Antonio after 1. So that concludes this trip. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you got something out of this.